What's up, everybody? I'm Jacob. If you're new here, I talk a little bit about everything. If you like that sort of thing, stick around a little longer. For now, I'm going to talk about some things that have been happening in AI. So we've had DeepSeek come out Monday, and ironically, well, maybe not ironically, coincidentally, your boy had an interview with a potential client, and instead of being asked about any of his skills, the whole interview was all around DeepSeek. And I've talked about this in the past, that we are in an AI bubble. So there's a lot of hype, a lot of money being burned and wasted on all kinds of projects. And there's even been articles floating around about there being an 80% failure rate of projects. I might pull that article up later, but for now, I want to show you this article here that's on Yahoo Finance about DeepSeek is making Wall Street nervous about AI spending boom. Here's what we know. So again, you got to remember we're in a bubble, so there's a lot of hype, a lot of excitement. And when your boy was getting interviewed, there's a tendency for companies to have like a shiny object syndrome, like, ooh, this is the latest thing. Let's go after that. Let's pursue that. And I quickly, calmly suggested, which actually ended up being correct as of this morning. I'll show another article momentarily, that my first suspicion was, because the big claim was that this Chinese model was trained on only $5.6 million, which is still a level amount of money. But compared to like the tens of millions of dollars it takes that OpenAI uses to train its ChatGPT model, that's a pretty significant savings. But see, this is what a lot of companies and a lot of the media is not paying attention to. First of all, your boy's got some history with China. My family started a company in China that was involved in green energy, and a lot of sweat equity, a lot of time, a lot of money was spent to get this product to market. And when the product got to market and we started selling, the Chinese government just came in and basically said, yeah, we now own your company, all of your IP, and you can continue to do business. That's fine. But if you don't, just leave everything where it is and we'll take it from here. So knowing that about how China operates, and they're notorious about stealing intellectual property and hacking into companies and reverse engineering things. This is known. This has been going on for decades. I don't know if I mentioned, but the story I told you about my family, that's back in the 90s. So these kinds of things have been going on for a long time. So when this story came out, my first thought was, I smell stolen technology. Something does not sound right. And then I realized, oh, that's right. OpenAI, it's in its name, it's open. They built their large language model on open technology, open source technology. So that same Chinese company could do the very same thing. It could take whatever existing foundational LLM or technology and then just layer on extra stuff that are specific to what they want to train it on. And this is a very, very common technique. It's called reinforced learning. It's used all the time. And the other thing that made me suspicious was the cost to get it running, because, okay, first of all, my suspicion was they trained on an existing AI, which actually OpenAI is coming out to say is what happened. Let me show you this article. So right here on The Verge, it's saying that OpenAI has evidence that its models helped train China's DeepSeek. Oh, the irony. So it basically just goes into to talk about what I was explaining about using the already existing trained OpenAI model as the foundation, and then they reinforce whatever additional things that the Chinese DeepSeek model did. And so when they launched and said, oh, we only spent $4.6 million to train our AI, they neglected to include the more than $100 million it takes OpenAI to spend to train their current version of ChatGPT. So that was the first thing that really kind of stank, that I was like, something suspicious. But the other thing is that this DeepSeek AI is running on a older NVIDIA chipset, which I think is the 800. And the new, for those of you that are in the know, ChatGPT 4, I think, is running on like the A1000s, which is a significant boost in power. But the reason why I bring that up is because one of the things that DeepSeek was boasting is that they had the unlimited capacity and they could handle scale. And already there's been instances where they've had to reboot things. This is just in like the 4 days that it's been out. And additionally, because it's running on the lower power chips, it's going to not be as fast. It's not going to be as efficient. And it's going to have a higher cost to run, because that's really where your money's going to burn, is when you're running these AIs at scale. Your operational costs are going to be astronomical. It's just absolutely crazy. I won't get into specific numbers, but I just kind of want to debunk all this hype around DeepSeek. I think it's BS personally. I've also talked to my mentor, and he what he did was he asked DeepSeek, which is a Chinese AI, about the sticky problem of Taiwan. So he was asking it, very sensitive political questions around Taiwan, and the Chinese model kept saying, "I really don't want to talk about that right now." So already there's biases towards political biases that are built into that AI. So the other thing is too security. There's a tendency with shiny object syndrome that I was talking about earlier. I would be really nervous if I was an American company. I would not use DeepSeek AI, even though it purports to be cheaper or train more for less money, but also because China, like I said, has a long history of intellectual property violations. And when you are using AIs or generative AI and you're typing things in, it's saving those conversations and it's saving the things that you're training it on. So who knows what they're doing with that data? Who knows what their scruples are for the cybersecurity? So I would just caution anybody using that technology, let alone believing half of what they're saying. So, your boy thinks it's all BS. I just wanted to say something because I know I'm going to get asked. So that's my official statement. If you have anything to add, feel free to comment below. In the meantime, like and subscribe. And until the next one, peace.